Hey everybody, like I said, I'll get this one out early tonight or this evening because I have to go to a family function for the evening festivities and all that implies. So thought I could keep chatting about decals because it's been a decal day in a way. Okay, first off, several of you sent me copies, links to places where there were H-19 decals for the Army, and I had seen those links, but I had not gone to the last page, and the very last helicopter, or the next to the last one, was an Army helicopter. So yes, there are. I've already painted the helicopter silver, and I'm thinking, well, a rescue chopper still fills the role perfectly. It didn't have to be Army. And but there's more. So I'm like, I appreciate it, but yeah, I'll just go down the track I'm going. That works. And I was working on the characters, the figures today, and I was painting a couple of them as military policemen, and even found some lettering on the bottom of an old Star Trek decal sheet that said Paramount Pictures Rights Reserved, and I was able to get the M and the P and make MP for their helmets. And that is directly inspired by the two MPs in the Jeep at the end of the War of the Worlds. Are trying to get Gene Barry, Dr. Clayton Forrester, to get in the Jeep, and he's looking for the girl. And I mean, those have got to be the two bravest MPs in the history of Hollywood. But anyway, so I decided to put a couple of MPs in honor of those two characters. Well, anyway, I was almost ready to go off to the printer to make some red crosses because oh yeah, here it is. I wanted the stack of boxes in the area to be like medical supplies that are being offloaded from the helicopter. Now these are the boxes from the back of the truck, and I figured, well, it'd be really easy to make some red crosses. Well, Mr. Warren had told me a few days ago he was going to send me some decals, and I want to stop here for just a second and run on a quick tangent. I don't know if any of you guys watch Star Trek or Deep Space Nine, but on Deep Space Nine, the Ferengi, and they have an episode with Nog, Quark's nephew, where he's explaining to Jake that he's running around doing all these deals on the side to make things happen. He tells Jake about the Ferengi religion of the Great Material River. The Great Material River will provide. Well, Mr. Warren's decal showed up today, and in there, red crosses, perfect size and everything. The Great Styrene River will provide. So that was just, again, symmetry. That was just perfect. But there's even more. I was digging through my own stash, and what did I find but left over from the Piasecki Hup? Two appropriate scaled U.S. Army yellow helicopter decals. So now I'm like, it was easy to keep at Air Force when it meant I didn't have to order something, but now I've got them and I've got all the other markings. So do I want to go ahead and repaint the helicopter olive drab and make it all Army, or do I want to stay with the silver? The decisions I have to make in the course of a day. At the moment, I am not overly thrilled with the way that aluminum silver finish looks on the helicopter. I mean, it's okay, but I may just go ahead and shoot the whole thing again. I mean, I've got the fuselage halves together here somewhere, yeah, right here. So I can go ahead and I had to sand down, so it's got to be reshot anyway. So maybe I'll just go ahead and make it Army now that I've got the appropriate markings. And somebody sent me an email. I hate to see an Army guy have to compromise, and I go, hooah. So but mostly working on the Army guys, getting a lot of the weapons painted and everything. A lot of touch up to do on them, and I've actually got some 1/72 scale characters that I made some children with. And because I mean, the Exodus wouldn't just be all adults, right? And I've been working on the 4 details, and once I get all this done, then I have to figure out how I want to present it, and that's kind of where I'm at in my head. But I need to focus on what I'm doing. This is still quite a ways from being completed. So and this is really all I did today. Today was just a building day, but I'm sure you guys have all painted enough figures to know that is actually a fairly time-consuming thing, especially when you have this many. And I'm not just doing them all the same. I'm doing different complexions for different characters. I'm getting the equipment together, getting that touched up, but we are making progress, and it's not a race. You know, it's all in good fun. This will take a while to get done. I still have some stuff coming that some folks have sent me that'll be going onto the diorama. So, if I had to ballpark it, I would say 3 weeks to a month if I don't go back to work, maybe sooner. You know, I like to give myself plenty of time. I even made one guy with a bandaged arm, and some of you guys had recommended using the Tarbis. Way ahead of you. Already factored that in. Great minds think alike, huh? I'd already figured that. And one other thing happened. When I was airbrushing the characters today, this is the box after I was done. I think we all know where I'm going with this, so I'll leave that there. Appreciate you guys' suggestions. I'll probably just wind up on how to stand the characters up. I'll probably just wind up using a little tacky on them. I already have the 4x8 sheet, and I don't know if I could really get the pins in there easily. So we're making headway. Still got to paint the water barrels, and well, that's it for today's stuff. But I just can't believe the symmetry. I find the helicopter decals. I get the exact decals I need sent to me the day I'm getting ready to print them, along with a bunch of other wonderful decals he sent me. It's just great. And that's one other thing. Just a quick side note. One other nice thing about, I have, obviously because I have the two trucks, I have the same character twice, but by painting them as different characters, one is military policeman, one is an infantry officer, or then the different uniform helps break up the fact of the same. And I could you know, heat the arms and legs and change positions a little bit, but also, although you can't really tell, you probably won't be able to tell in diorama, having been in the infantry myself, I made sure to, you know, splash mud on their uniforms and stuff like that. By the way, you'll notice all their boots are brown. This was the days of when I was in the Army, we had black leather combat boots, but that we were issued, so we still had some guys that were in when the Army issued brown boots, and the real old timers, like some of the old Sergeant Major stuff, we would say, oh yeah, he was a brown boot Army, and that meant, you know, old school Army, like World War II Korea type. So don't know why the Army went from brown to black leather, but when I was in there, they had the black leather. But these guys are brown boot Army. So well, that's it. I hope everybody has a sound, peaceful night tonight, and just relax, build some models. Remember, whatever happens in the universe, brother, the sun's still gonna come up tomorrow morning. Important thing is that we're all around to see it. So take care, guys. Model on.